Hey, welcome back to the Midnight Kebab podcast, bro. Grab a kebab, grab a homie, grab a pillow. We're gonna get right into it, man. Neela, how you been doing?
Dude, it's been a tough week, man. It's really been a tough week.
For real,
No,
man. I mean, it's been a great
no,
week
it's
for
not
me.
true. It's actually been a really good week. I'm lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say, man, we had some really good guests, but they're also really bad guests. And ever since they came on the podcast, our views have just plummeted, man. I don't know if they're responsible, but I feel like they're responsible, right?
I feel like can we say a name?
Yeah, of
Can we
course.
give? Okay, so like Max's episode like really did not do that good.
Max is not pulling numbers, dude. He needs a better
Dude,
name.
there's something
He,
wrong with Max.
yeah.
He needs to do
Uh,
something. He needs to change like either his hairstyle. I don't know. Something's wrong, man.
this guy came on our podcast. He doesn't know how to record properly. Puts in the wrong input, so he's using the wrong mic. His noise is all messed up. I had to spend the day fixing that. And then his name doesn't get views. Like and then we keep fucking going offline during the whole podcast, dude, while trying to record. What is this, dude? Worst guest I've had so far, man.
Do you reckon? Like, I think what happened is that Max came in specifically trying to sabotage the podcast. It has to be.
Yeah, I think so, man. He was angry. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
What was he angry at?
Probably because I tried to cancel him that one time when we were at like 12.
True. I mean, you tried to cancel everyone. You tried to cancel me. You tried to cancel Kelvin. You tried to
What?
cancel Max.
When did I
Okay,
cancel
no.
you, dude?
Okay, no, you didn't try to cancel. You like spread false rumors.
Right, the anti-vax thing.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys want to hear more about that, dude, it was a really good episode with Max. By the way, I think it was quite good. The first half is fire, I would say.
No, that was the episode with Kelvin. No.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, was that the
Eh,
one with the canceling? I'm pretty sure we discussed that with Max though.
no, you discussed the canceling with Max, but then you also discussed how like you
Ah,
tried
right,
to
right,
call
right.
like or like you tried to make Kelvin look like he was gay in front of a bunch of girls.
Okay, yeah, but Kelvin tried to put himself in that group as if it was like that's not the same level. Like with
Mm.
Kelvin, we were just messing around at the party. Like the other one, I tried to orchestrate a lie about your life in the school so that
Fair
everybody
enough.
knew that Niloy has not been vaccinated and he's anti-vax. That was the whole idea, man.
Which, by the way, I'm not. I am actually very pro-vax.
Yeah, of course. Get your vaccines, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, um, I've been doing quite good, man. I know you're not gonna ask, so I'm just gonna say it by myself. Uh,
Oh,
so what?
Mattis, I
Yeah.
forgot to ask, bro. How have you been, man?
Oh, thanks, man. So I've been doing really good, man. The weather's great. Finally, some sun. Dude, I forgot people live in these cities, because I drive around all day in Harlem, or Harlem, as someone would call it. Um, and it
who
feels so empty because of COVID.
who calls Harlem Harlem?
Silvio. So yeah, man. But
Harlem.
now that the sun is out, like people actually went outside. I was like, oh yeah, people do live here, and the streets
That's
get
not good
packed when
though.
everyone's outside. Yeah, no, it's not good.
That's not very
It
good.
it's good and it's not
Because
good. It's not good because of COVID, but on the other hand,
Netherlands,
like I see people happy and it's nice, for the first time.
I mean, people are happy, but also they're being very stupid right now. Especially in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind
true.
of sad to see.
Yeah, that's true. I will say a lot of people being responsible, just chilling out in like some greener areas. But
Just like me.
obviously, yeah,
I'm being
but
very responsible.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
But
responsible, I'm not even in the Netherlands right now.
true, dude. You're not even
Dude.
there to be irresponsible. That's how responsible you are.
Hmm.
But when are you coming, dude? Because yeah,
March
I'm
the
look
4th.
March
March
4th,
the 4th. Yeah.
right? And that's yeah, we're gonna record another podcast soon after that. But unfortunately, it will not be in person yet.
No,
Uh,
but I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not because I'm going to be in a different environment. And also, our next guest is Antonio.
fuck, dude. Antonio's I don't know, man. He's a confusing character, dude. I don't know.
It's either going to be he's going to act really drunk off like, I don't know, breathing air and there's like alcohol in the air, or,
You know, it's gonna.
or he's going to act
He's
really gay. And
true.
nothing wrong with that, but it's a bit weird because he's not gay.
Right. That is true. It's like the joke is over. That joke was funny when we were 12. The ha 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 gay gay.
No,
But
dude, that
now,
joke started in like
like,
10th grade with like Stuart as well. Stuart and I just used to make fun of him. Like when he got a, was it in 10th grade? No, it was in 11th grade that he got a girlfriend.
true Bolivian
Uh,
girl, by the way. Shout out to her, man.
was she Bolivian?
Quarter Bolivian. Don't you remember? We called her one day at the park when it happened. I think it was you,
No,
me,
I
and Kelvin.
remember.
And I
No,
was like,
I do remember
"Hey,
that.
tipa!" Like I went off in Spanish, something I'd never talked to before.
I thought she was Mexican or something.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I'm
Bolivian.
sorry.
Yeah, I saw her mom on Snapchat. She looks very Bolivian, actually.
So you don't know if she's Bolivian or not. You just saw her mom and she looked Bolivian.
Nah, she is Bolivian. She told me that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
before she tried to fight me and send two guys to assassinate me or whatever.
That was a weird day, bro. Like I remember in the group chat, you're just.
Yeah, cause I got scared, man. Those two guys were big.
I got scared, dude. Like in the group chat, you're just like, "Yo, you always got my back if like I ever get jumped, right?" I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. By the way, I don't doubt that you would. This is why I like Max. Okay, so we're gonna shit on Max, but he would get my back. You know, he'd be there. He'd do what
Yeah.
has to be done. You and Kelvin would run away.
No,
I
no,
feel like
we'd have your back, but we
until
try not to fight
yeah,
because.
yeah, of course. Max is not violent. You know, neither am I. But if someone did throw hands, like Max would be like, you know, he'd step up. You guys would step down. I feel like.
No, I'd step up too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would. I would.
you'd bring a step ladder
I,
to
I
step
would.
up.
I would. No, but here's the thing, right? There is no thing. Fuck. I don't know what I'm on about.
Right. Well, in conclusion, it was fun to having two guests. We're gonna have more guests, so look forward to that. But yeah, we needed a break, man, because these two kids they just came in and yeah, one came in drogato. I don't know
I don't
what
know what's up with that.
what's
Like,
up
I
with
feel
that.
like we could sue him because like that does not
We,
go with like our terms and agreements.
dude, I've been shitting on Max, but we literally we gifted this boy Kelvin a microphone, right, for his birthday. Because he like we scrambled money together, we hustled, and we bought him a mic when he was like 18 or something, so that he could start his podcast, his music, whatever the fuck. And when we finally start our own podcast and invite him on, he decides to not use it. I can't believe it, man.
Apparently, he was like he couldn't be bothered to put it together
Right, but and why was he couldn't be bothered?
because
Drogato.
he was drogato.
Drogatissimo.
Troppo drogato.
See. Well,
Ah, dude. But
yeah,
definitely fun times when like you got scared that you were gonna get jumped from this one girl. Shit.
true,
Or
man.
like these two guys. That was fun
It's,
times.
yeah, because she can jump me, no problem, dude. Like, I'm not
Mm.
scared of that, but I am scared of yeah, if she sent two guys after me.
Yayo.
What? Yeah, yo.
You said you're scared of Yayo.
No, if she sent two guys after me, not
Ah,
yeah,
okay,
yo.
fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I am scared of Yayo too. Like, who knows where that guy's been?
Dude, Yayo's been Switzerland. What? Wait, what is he studying again? Because I see him posting food. That
Hotel
he's
management.
hotel management. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
that
sure, dude.
actually looks so sick. Like his uni, it's so prestigious or whatnot. It's you got guys in suits going to class, like 9 a.m. class or whatnot. The teachers just give you like whiskey, expensive ass alcohol.
Nah, dude. I want. Would you stay at Yayo's hotel?
I would only because he'd be the manager and I could get away with doing shit.
Ah, yeah, yeah. If
That's
I
the
w-
only reason.
if I didn't if that wasn't the case, let's say I was a distant connected distantly to Yayo, right? So we're not friends or anything,
No, let's just
an
say that you just
acquaintance.
don't know him.
Yeah,
Like you never
but
met
I
him.
know of him. I would probably never go to his hotel. I might be a
True.
little scared to do that. No,
He might even like try and get us to jail for no reason just because we're like not white.
true. He's gonna be like, oh, they stole this and that. He's gonna
I
plant
hope
drugs
not.
in
I
us.
hope not.
No, shout out to Yayo, dude. I hope he's happy. He's got a girlfriend, no?
Yeah, he does.
Shout out to her. I
She's
don't
from
know.
Milan. For some reason, that's what I think.
I don't know what you see in him, but you know, if you're happy, you're happy. uh,
uh, dude, but like I love Yayo. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like I can vibe with him like a lot.
how much would you rate Yayo out of 10? Rate
Out
the
of 10,
homie.
I'd give him a solid 8.
8? I'd give Yayo a 4.
Really? No, because like I find like whenever I'm with Yayo, like I just switch off my brain and like we just talk and like nothing makes sense and it's just funny,
Right. No, no, I gave him 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
right?
But I have a lot of hope and faith in him. That's kind of why I
No
really
hope I
like
have.
him.
I have zero hope. I just
Ah,
like him as a.
you're the opposite, dude. I hate him, but I have hope, and he's funny, so we can relax.
uh, yeah, but it's very funny like how we got together. Like in 10th grade, I was in 10th grade and he was just like a freshman, and
Right.
we had these study halls together. And like I just go and sit down with him and like I don't know. He just like came and sat down with me and like we talked and like we found each other funny and like ever since then, best of friends, man.
Hey, man. No, he's yeah. He was very open with talking to us and hanging out with us. I knew him back from rugby, dude. Can you imagine?
There's no way he played rugby.
He played rugby with us. I played rugby with Max. Dude, that club was crazy, dude. Rugby club.
When was
Um,
this?
this was in middle school, man.
Right.
This our funniest teacher that we had, this Australian guy. He was called Mr. Piccolo.
I think I saw him. Right. He came
Yeah,
to our
yeah,
school a few
yeah,
times,
for
and you
sure.
guys were
Yeah,
like just jumped to like go meet him.
yeah, dude. I think you'd vibe with him super hard, man. But he was really nice. And yeah, he did a little rugby club, and it was crazy. I punched him once during rugby because I got angry, which was like one
At
of the
Mr.
big stuff.
Piccolo.
See, I punched the teacher, dude. I know.
No.
Yeah, and he took it really nicely, so I'm really happy that yeah
All
he
right,
didn't get
that's good
angry or
at
anything.
least.
Yeah, like when he laughed, I laughed too. My anger kind of passed. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I let go.
Also, you should
Uh,
definitely not punch a teacher. Just for
no,
anyone
no,
that's
of course
listening,
not. And it
it's
wasn't
not
hard at
okay.
all. It was like I did the whole motion, but I didn't follow through my fist or anything. I wasn't like I didn't actually harm him. I just tapped him. Let's say.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. You could be lying to me right in front
No,
of my
no, no. I
face.
swear,
I
I
wasn't
just
there.
tapped him. But
Right, right, right. I'm gonna call Max right after this and like see what's really happened.
yeah, but it was funny because it was in front of the whole rugby class. And what Max
Mm.
did was way worse. He got angry at another student. Um, and he just fully tackled him outside of the game and just like had him on the floor. And it was like, I'm gonna tear you apart, man.
Max.
Yeah, dude.
No, but
Max
to
was
be
a
fair,
beast. That's why I
yeah,
canceled him, dude. He was a beast.
I actually remember. Like, I heard stories of like Max being like very angry at people.
Oh yeah, me and like I was in that little kid's position once because Max also like got angry at me once.
Hmm.
He jumped on top of me and I remember we must have been like 14 or 13. And I ripped his fucking shirt with my hands because he was on top of me.
Dude,
Uh, and it
holy
was like
shit.
an official choir shirt that we had to wear for this thing, I think. And so like shock in him, just he just froze. And at that point, I escaped and I went to the bathroom and locked myself in. There's this angry German guy outside, like my shirt.
Damn, bro. Like, right
Yeah.
now, if you looked at Max, like, you could not guess that he was an angry person or is an
No,
angry
dude,
person.
he's a sweetheart now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that leads
I,
me to let's say the first segment, right?
yeah.
We have to rate these homies, dude. Cause
Oh, dude, one's a
yeah.
drogato, the other one is just
So
bad.
um Kelvin's gonna be invited back, hopefully by before the end of the season, right?
Max, maybe not so much.
Max maybe not. I think Max I don't know, dude. You gotta go to church.
You,
Find
you,
yourself.
you gotta find yourself. You gotta find maybe like someone to look up to. Maybe
Yeah.
Jesus, maybe Allah.
Find
Who knows?
yourself and find God.
Hmm.
Um help find the right spirit of your country again, as well. Because he did have some good points. Germany sounds like a really horrible place to be right now. So,
Mm.
no,
Dude, I had a roommate that was German, and I don't know, it was so weird.
yeah, right,
Yeah, because she was super punctual. She'd get up in the morning, like she'd go for a run at like 6 a.m.
dude.
She'd come back,
Germans only find happiness through discipline. It's
something
insane.
like that.
Yeah, man.
She'd go out for a run, she'd come back, she'd shower, and I had another roommate, and she was Dutch. And this roommate was like the complete opposite. Like she had an alarm at 6 a.m. It would start ringing, and she would not get up to close it, and it would get so fucking annoying. Because my German roommate would wake up, I wouldn't wake up because like I couldn't be asked, and
Right.
like it was just so annoying to like just be woken up by this alarm, and she wouldn't shut it off. She'd just like let it keep ringing because like she was
Oh
still
man.
asleep. It was
Yo,
the fucking worst.
so you're gonna move? No, where are you gonna live now then?
I'm living like 20 minutes away from like my old
Hey,
place. but
Ah,
it's
right.
way closer to my uni. It's like 2 minutes away
Is
walking.
is it further or closer to my place or Michelle's place?
Should technically be close. Should technically be closer. It's like,
Ah, nice.
yeah,
Right,
it's close to the Demon Zuid station.
right. Okay, so who do you think was a better guest then, Kelvin or Max overall?
No, overall, I like both of them. They were very
Oh, all
good.
right.
Both of them
Yeah.
were good guests. Yeah.
All right. I'd probably rate Kelvin as a homie.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to rate him like okay. So we say Yayo is 6 out of 10. Kelvin is 7 out of 10. He's a 6.5 maybe. As a podcast guest, I'd say he was a solid 8 out of 10. Pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
I if I gave Yayo an 8 out of 10, I'd have to give Kelvin a 10 out of 10 as a homie, as a podcast guest. Maybe a 5 out of 10. No. I think I'd give Kelvin a yeah. No, I just give him a 10 out of 10 as a guest.
Yeah, he was quite good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And Max as a homie, I'd probably rate him 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
We have good memories. He's a really good person now. I like the way he's shaped up now. You know.
Hmm.
Overall, quite a nice homie. On the podcast though, see, it was funny. He played along. He did the raps. I'd probably have to rate him as a guest. But, 3 out of 10. Probably 3 out of 10. Yeah.
Right. As a homie, no, I'd say all my homies are tens, bro. All my homies are
Yeah,
tens.
that's true, man. That's true.
I love all my
All the
homies.
homies are 10. 10 out of 10, man.
Mm. As a podcast guest, maybe could get better. Not
Yes.
exactly a 10.
How did the teacher say it? He has room to improve, right?
Room for improvement.
Yeah. A lot of room to improve. So he's gonna be doing a whole lot of improvement. Look at it that way, you know.
Maybe he's gonna start his own podcast now, just to like spite us after like all
I
this criticism.
really hope he doesn't.
I mean, he could,
He could.
but I
No.
wouldn't listen to it.
No, it's gonna be engineering and he's gonna be talking about Germany and Germany.
Now, do you reckon
Yeah,
he could start his own solo podcast? Because like there are generally a lot of people that have their own podcast, and it's just one person.
Maybe. But I don't know if I'd listen to Max talking alone. You know,
Right.
because he definitely likes talking, but he'll just go on and on and on about one specific thing.
Hmm.
And you kind of need another person there to be like, all right, now we're gonna move on from what you just said to something else. You know.
I remember when like you gave me the idea of wanting to start a podcast. I was like, fine, sure, because I always wanted to do that. Because like the idea of it sounds really nice, but
Yeah.
I myself could like never get myself to go through or like listen through like a whole podcast. Like that's something
Really?
I've just never done. Yeah.
I love podcasts, man. I always listen to podcasts, and I'd say listen to more and more podcasts as time goes on.
Right. I've
This-
tried to like ever since we started it. Like I've tried to listen to like a few more.
I
I
would
never
say,
finished any yet.
yeah, I would say this like what's it called, the clips, the segments,
Hmm.
probably better to listen to, especially like at entry level.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't like listen to the same people talk for 2 hours or about the same thing, then it's yeah, like you just watch 10-minute clips. It's a lot better, I think.
That's something I do because like some of the clickbait ones are like so good.
Yeah, man.
There was actually one podcast that I listened through the whole thing and I did not get annoyed. It was Impulsive by Logan Paul.
Ah, fuck.
Can you guess the guest?
No, I can't, man.
Riley Reid.
No.
I actually listened through the whole thing and like I think that's like my first podcast I listened to all the way.
I don't know what the first podcast I listened to was, but probably Joe Rogan.
Mm.
Or no, or H3. Actually, H3. I listened to them a lot when I was, like 16, 17, I think.
I don't know. Ethan like from H3's like gotten a bit annoying. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, he's a bit too far out there, disconnected, I think.
I don't know.
but
It
he's
just
still
feels
really
like he's going
funny.
through it just feels like he's going through a midlife crisis for
Oh,
some
for
reason.
sure. I think they need to find a new angle, and they have way too many people now working over there. There's like 10 different characters in their podcast.
Have you seen Trisha Paytas?
Yeah, dude. She's funny. I watched some of them, but I can't listen to her voice for 2 hours, man. It's really squeaky and
I used to hate her. I
exaggerated.
used to really
I
hate her.
used to hate her. Now I like her a lot. Like what she says and a lot of her philosophies are quite funny, and I don't mind her as like a person.
Hmm.
But I can't listen to her voice for 2 hours, man. That's all I'll say.
I remember I even blocked her on Instagram as if she'd ever followed me. No, but here's my reason, right?
Oh
Because
my god.
at the time, I was a very big fan of David Dobrik, and I used to watch all of David's vlogs every time it came out.
Dude, but
And
David's
at that
fucked up, dude.
time, yeah, he did fuck up, but it's still not like out there. It's not out yet
Hmm.
that much. People, so not a lot of people know about it, except for the people that like heard Ethan's sides of everything.
Well, yeah, for
And
people. Well, sorry, yeah, finish your thing, man. So.
yeah, but I remember I was watching David Dobrik at the time, and there is this guy called Jason Nash, like this 40-year-old friend that David has.
Yeah, yeah.
He got into a relationship with Trisha.
Right, and he
Uh,
has kids, by the way. Yeah?
yeah, he does. He was married already once, but he
A
went through
family
divorce.
man who hangs out at a YouTuber's vlog squad house.
I'd say he's doing pretty well for himself, but at the time when he was
Uh,
with Trisha, he was like quite miserable. Like you could see it, and
yeah,
it was just like bad to see him like that in that way.
yeah, but
And
the whole thing was right that they were trying to. David and his, I guess, a few of his friends really wanted this 40-year-old man who's dating Trisha Paytas to have a threesome with a 17-year-old, right?
right,
Yeah, which I think is kind of messed up.
right. I can't remember actually seeing that in the vlogs, but probably happened.
Oh, well, it's also it got deleted quite quick because people were like, "It's not okay." And then Trisha was the one who went out and said that she thought she wasn't okay with it, and the 17-year-old wasn't okay with it either.
Right,
But he just kept pushing, and yeah, it became a really weird situation.
right. But my beef with Trisha is that like she seemed very unstable and like a very disgusting human being
She
overall.
was, dude. Back
Yeah.
then, she was on drug overdoses and all types of things.
Hmm.
But I will say Ethan has really saved her, man, because now she's come to her senses. She doesn't do drugs anymore and all of that.
Yeah, she seems very
Apparently,
calm on Ethan's podcast.
yeah.
That's
Now
very
she's a
good.
lot more calm. I think she's found her place.
That's good.
But it is unfortunate because I still don't enjoy her content as a whole, and now it's like half of the H3 podcast, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I
Well,
might unblock her. Who knows after this on Instagram.
yeah, you should block people you don't know. That's kind of weird. Like weird.
I don't know. I just had like for some reason I just hated not hated her, but like I just didn't want to see anything from her, so I just blocked her.
Right. Yeah. But these YouTube houses are getting crazy, man. Like for people who I mean, I think most of our friends know, but yeah, the concept of a bunch of YouTubers living together in a house and doing stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's gotten overboard. Like I say in America mostly, with like those super luxurious, over expensive, over show offy houses, like the hype
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got like the TikTok
Yeah.
house.
You've got the TikTok house with 11 and 12-year-olds now who live together in a house.
Yeah,
That's like the TikTok house where they make TikToks.
it looks very crazy, but also something I would not want to do because it's not on their own free will. They're like binded by
Yeah.
a contract to do all of this, and the
Exactly.
house
And
that they get
there's a
is
lot
like
of
through an agent.
there's a lot of dirty work coming on behind it,
Yeah,
like behind it, and that's part of what's coming out of with David Dobrik. It's like what you see on the vlogs is not at all what's going on in real life, right? It's like all
right,
the laughs are planned and rehearsed, and if it's not good enough, they start the camera over again, and they do the same laugh again.
right. But it
And
seems
yeah,
like all his friends go with it because he's generally making a lot of money, and through all of that, he's also getting a lot of exposure, and the friends
right,
also benefit off of that exposure because they're all
right,
also all individual creators.
yeah. So what you see, uh, like as a consumer, is a fun group of friends hanging out and videotaping it, right? But what is
Hmm.
actually going on is a bunch of contract deals, and there's one main king guy who really has control over the squad, and who's like carefully planning and yeah, let's say organizing all of these vlogs and events that happen to it, despite people not giving their consent and stuff like that, right? So
I don't
there's
know.
a
I
lot
think
of
it's
money
different.
involved.
I think there's no contracts in between David and his friends because if
No,
his
no, but it's
is there
unofficial stuff. It's like,
right
for example, one of them said, "No, I don't consent to the stunt," and they immediately get kicked out, right? You can't come and film with us anymore. So that's
because
the
David has
yeah,
like this very close circle of friends, and that
yeah,
circle of friends always sticks with him. Like
yeah, exactly. And if you go against him, then you're out immediately, and you lose. That's why I'm saying it's not a contract, but you do lose access to that exposure and income, let's say,
right.
right?
Hopefully we get like more news or like more substance about this
Yeah,
stuff
dude,
because
I thought about doing this in the first episode, but I'll go out here and say it, because like there's
Mhm.
so many big channels I admire that like you find out that they've been what's it called, grooming like underage girls and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Midnight Kebab will never groom a single girl. I
True.
swear, man. No matter how famous, dude. You can count on us. No fucking grooming over here, man. That shit's disgusting. Anyways, man. Uh, we got some things to talk about. Should we start
We
with
do.
Bolivia?
Let's start with Bolivia. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening in Bolivia?
Yeah. So last time we had a solo podcast, just us two. We talked about Bangladesh. So I'll
Hmm.
tell you what's happening in Bolivia, man. It's horrible.
Okay.
Um, so I kind of wanted to make a point out of this, right? Because experiencing like the way you might be experiencing COVID here in Europe, it's not the way that it's really going on around the world, right? And I feel like a lot of people are disconnected from the reality of COVID and how horrible of a disease it actually is, because you don't see that if you're living in a well-developed country. You just hear about it on the news, but you don't see the people getting sick. You don't see the people dying. It's all hidden away quite well through the health system, right? So the big problem with South America as a whole is that locking down is quite difficult because you have a lot of people who live on a day-to-day economy, right? So that
Yeah.
means that whatever you earn there on the street, that day is what you use to then buy food, and that's how you survive that day, right? So it's one day at a time. And if you lock down people, then they don't have savings for even more than one day. Is the point, right? So if they can't go to work and sell their whatever cheap things they're selling on the streets, then they won't have food that day. So it's difficult to lock down and have the same type of prevention measures that we have here in Europe. There's also not enough money for PPP, so like personal protection stuff. Um, yeah, otherwise, yeah. So if you don't have enough face masks and things like that, it's also harder to contain the virus. And the last thing that gets overlooked quite a bit is that the native people of South America and also North America actually are quite vulnerable to the coronavirus. They don't have the same type of developed immune systems that other people, a lot of the immigrants from Europe, let's say the Spaniards and the Portuguese and so forth, have, right? So the communities of Native Americans and Native South Americans really get hit quite hard with the COVID, and they have a higher death rate than most other people. So you're really seeing a lot of yeah, a lot of problems in combating COVID there, and it's really affecting people. And the last real nail in the coffin is that if you do get sick with the virus, which is quite uncontainable in South America, a lot of countries don't have a sufficient healthcare system to have a hospital bed for you. So you end up fighting the virus at home. You end up fighting the virus, yeah, just on your own basically, and that's something you see quite a lot. Which brings me to like let's say Bolivia more specifically, because we have a really horrible healthcare system there. Just imagine if your family gets the virus here in Europe. You have someone on the phone you can talk to, you go get tested, and you can always go to the hospital if someone gets too sick, right? Uh, and that's just not something that you have in Bolivia. So, yeah, I talked to my grandma who's from Bolivia, and she's there telling me about how it is. And like, for example, her neighbor um, got the COVID and actually passed away, I believe. And there was no one there to help them at all. And some of the other stories I heard from other family members and such is like they get COVID, um, they start struggling. There's no one to like. Sometimes you get to contact a doctor over the phone, but otherwise you just stay at home. And even if you need a ventilator, there's no ventilators. It's not like you don't even have a hospital bed, so you're just basically left on your own to deal with it. And what that kind of has culminated to is over the summer, people were dying in their own houses. Um, People were dying on the streets on the way to the hospital in like a last ditch attempt to try and get some care. And just to give you like one of the big body counts, let's say, between the 15th and 20th of July last year, they picked up 420 bodies just in the capital of Bolivia, so that's La Paz. And that's both from the streets because when a family member dies, you don't want to keep them inside if you had COVID because you're scared that you might get the disease yourself. So you just leave him outside on the sidewalk outside the house. And also people just dying at home. And there's these vehicles that go around collecting bodies. And yeah, as I said, in those 5 days, they picked up 420. and that's not from the hospital. That's just from people's houses.
Is it
Uh,
just on the roads?
yeah,
Dead
it's just
bodies.
on the roads and the houses. So as I said, like, yeah, like imagine the horror, man. Like your mom dies of COVID, and she didn't have a hospital to go to get treated,
Yeah,
and yeah, and then you have the dead body. What are you gonna do? You know,
yeah.
you have to wait.
That sounds really scary and horrible.
Yeah, you cover it up. You put her outside, and you have to wait 5 days before the next truck is available.
Hmm.
I mean that is really the horror, and so that's the type of um, the aspects of the disease that you don't really see here in Europe, right? Because you would
Yeah,
never see. Some people will say bye to their parents over the phone, but you're not in the hospital necessarily. You don't see the dead people on the street. You know,
yeah.
it's a lot more. It feels more like a fantasy virus here, but there are plenty of countries around the world where it's not a fantasy, and if you get it, you're on your own. There's no
Hmm.
medicine and stuff like that.
Did Bolivia go into lockdown anytime?
Yeah, we've had plenty of lockdowns, man,
Right.
and they're half effective, as I said, because we did quite good in the beginning, from what I heard. Um, it was like people were getting paid to stay at home, so all these people who live from day to day were actually able to survive.
Hmm.
But you can imagine after 2 days of lockdown, the the Bolivian treasury is completely depleted, right? There's nothing left.
Yeah.
And now we've been doing this for almost a year, so they can't afford any more lockdowns at all.
Damn.
Yeah.
So right now, there's no lockdown, and is it like people are just out and about on the streets doing their business?
Half half. So I think there is still some type of measures, but for example, there's a part called Santa Cruz, which
Hmm.
has the highest amount of COVID infections, but they also have the least amount of regulations, for example. And the regulations are being widely ignored. So the people who still do day to day business have still go out and do it, and they kind of like the public transport is still running and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of being ignored, and there's not that heavy restrictions right now.
How is it like in Bolivia? Do you have like a lot of people that are like out on the roads, that sleep out on the roads?
Yeah, yeah, a lot of that.
Do you have like a lot of slums as well?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, most of the country's a slum.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
And
So
I'm guessing these people,
you have slums and native people, and the native
right,
people kind of accumulate around the slums nowadays.
right. And I'm guessing all these people are just out and about in the way nothing to do now because of COVID. There's no jobs, obviously, and
Right.
can't even protect themselves or seek for protection.
That's the thing. So I don't actually know too much about the economic situation anymore, because
Hmm.
Bolivia was anyways driving off a cliff. Our whole economy was sustained by natural gases, so things used to power cars and things like that. And that was gonna run out. And once that runs out, yeah, the economy is gonna collapse. Basically, is what's been predicted.
Right.
So
Damn.
I don't know if that hit yet, but they were saying that like between 2020 and 2030, like somewhere in this decade, we're gonna have a real problem.
And there's like no solution so far, or
I'm sure you could have solutions, but I mean, with the political turmoil as well, it's hard
damn.
to see where exactly we're gonna go from here, man. And
Dude,
COVID is just like one horrible thing on top of all of that.
that just sounds so horrible, man.
Yeah, man. But luckily my family is quite alright. They've
Yeah,
been dealing with it, and luckily they're not that poor, my family,
yeah.
so they do have access to a little more. But even the people in my family who like let's say they're equivalent to a middle class, or middle to high middle class in Europe, they would have access to hospitals if they lived here in the Netherlands, but they don't there in Bolivia.
Right.
So yeah, for example, there's my cousin there just got the COVID when I called my grandma like a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
and it's you get an appointment over the phone. You don't even have to go get tested, because the tests are quite hard to get a hold of. Like they're not everywhere like they are here in Europe,
Hmm.
and there's not that many of them.
Right.
And
That's a
people have been
crazy.
getting COVID at the testing centers. So
Right. That's a crazy thing to think about. It's you want to get tested for COVID and they just don't have enough testing kits or whatnot.
yeah, and then you want to get treated for COVID and you can't, man.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I'll just end with this like one excerpt, which I think really to put you in the perspective of it. No,
Hmm.
so I have my stepdad who lives in Bolivia right now. He went there last March because in Bolivia it is illegal not to vote, so we have a forced democracy. which
Right.
means that not only do you have can you vote, everyone can vote, everyone has to vote, and if you don't vote, you get a fine or something like that.
How do people find out if you haven't voted?
I have no idea. I also, when I was there last time, I heard some people say that they're not going to vote. So I don't know how enforced it is. But for my stepdad, it's a problem.
Right.
Um, so he has to go there and vote, for example. And he's been stuck there ever since because they shut down all the planes going out. Um, and well, first of all, they kept delaying the election because of COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and so he had to stay there longer. And then the plane shut down, and now he's just really fucking scared of taking the plane because already five of the people he graduated with from high school have actually died from COVID at this point because there's a lot of um, obese people, not obese, but let's say bigger people in his generation in Bolivia,
Mm-hmm.
and he's 50 plus, and so he's really in that group that could suffer a lot from the COVID. And if he gets sick, it's not like here in Europe where he's gonna have access to a doctor and oxygen, all of that. Um, so it's quite risky for him as well. So he's just kind of locked there in Bolivia and is kind of scared of doing the whole trip.
Right, of course. That sounds very scary to be stuck
Yeah,
in Bolivia, where if you do get COVID, it's just really hard to get tested or like to get resources to try and help you.
yeah, exactly. And people around you are dying. Like as I said, if you imagine 40 years from now that five of the homies from our high school class start dying,
Yeah,
that's not very
that that sounds really horrible. Like,
yeah. And
how's he coping? How's he
he's
coping?
he's coping all right, but like the last guy who just passed away from his class, they actually tried to, because he wasn't necessarily going to die if he
Mm-hmm.
had treatment, is what I understand.
Right.
Um, and they started like trying to crowdfund his treatment through all this, like the people they knew from the class, because this is the only way. If you can't crowdfund it or find some type of way to fund it, then you don't get it basically, because the public ones are all taken up. And so they were trying to scrape together money. And yeah, so they were trying to get antivirus medicine, which for one day costs 3,000 bolivianos, which is a lot of money, right?
How much is that in, like, let's say
So
euros?
8,000 bolivianos is like 1,000 euros. It's like 8 to 1.
Right.
So you're looking at like 200, 300 a day, I guess, or more,
Yeah.
even 400 a day, maybe.
Holy shit. And the healthcare, like, what's the healthcare in Bolivia? Is it public?
I'm not actually too sure. From one, I think it's semi-public. Um, but I know that the president we used to have, the socialist one, not complete socialist, but in that direction, he gave a lot of money to poor people. But a big problem was that he didn't have any foresight. Once you give the poor person food, he's also going to need healthcare and a job and a university and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So I know that our healthcare system is notoriously bad, and it never
Mm-hmm.
really got invested into. So even if there is public healthcare, it's in no way that like a normal person can just go to a doctor.
Right.
It's
But I'm
it's
guessing
quite
even
difficult.
if like there are public ones, I'm guessing that they're not particularly good, or even if they are, there's like just huge waiting lists.
Yeah, that's the thing. So the healthcare system has been overloaded and full past its capacity for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why. So of course, in any country, there's a private way if you have enough money, and that's so. Then it's like if you don't take the public one, which you don't have a shot at because it's already full.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people who are there are already dying, and if you're dying too, it's not like you're gonna get priority, right?
Right.
There's already 50 people in front of you in line who are also dying.
Yeah.
So the private one, yeah, you can try and fund it, but it's really a lot of money for every day that you want to keep someone alive on that medicine.
Yeah. What's the population like in Bolivia? Like, is it densely packed? Is it?
It's not too densely packed. Like overall in the whole country, it's not very densely packed, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But La Paz is quite densely packed because we chose to have our capital up there in the fucking mountains. It's kind of hard to, you can't spread out and create neighborhoods the same way you can around the world because you're up in
Yeah.
3,800 meters to 4,000 meters of altitude.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually just a lot of struggles with just building a city at that height. And so
Right.
people tend to stick around the same small neighborhoods. Everything's kind of crowded, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the situation sounds, I don't know, it sounds a bit different to Bangladesh, or like at
Uh,
least it's not that bad in Bangladesh. I mean, I'm sure it's as bad as this, but it's
yeah.
just people don't care.
Yeah.
People really don't care. They're like, people are dying. People die every day anyways, but people are just trying to like live their life. They're just trying to like make their money, you know?
Yeah. No, but I understand you. And I'm sure that a lot of like Bolivian people who live there probably have that same outlook, right? That
Mhm.
you're saying. But for me, obviously, it looks quite drastic because I grew up in Europe for the
Yeah,
most part. So yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess PSA a reminder that when we defeat COVID and when your grandma gets to go to the hospital, there's plenty of countries where that doesn't happen, right?
hmm,
And yeah, there's not even like we don't even have vaccines down there. There's no bright light at the end of the tunnel, right?
right.
Um, yeah, and there's there's this world organization now that's trying to give vaccines to poorer countries, right?
Hmm.
But it's really fucked because they're giving it to lesser developed countries, right?
Yeah.
So the bottom of the list when it comes to development as a country. And the problem is South America is makes too much money to be on that list.
Ah, shit.
So we're already like halfway developed, let's say.
Yeah.
So if you're not the worst of the worst, there's no chance because you can't buy your own vaccines. You're still not rich enough to do that. But
Hmm.
you're also not going to get the free vaccines because those are going to more African countries and stuff like that.
Yeah. I actually have no clue if vaccines are going to Bangladesh or how that's working.
Yeah, I think Bangladesh would probably be somewhere in the same boat. I would imagine.
Right. Because I know a few family members in Bangladesh have already gotten the vaccine, or like the
Oh,
first few
nice,
doses.
nice, nice.
I have no idea who they are though. I've only heard.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the problem, right? We don't even know how long the vaccine works, right?
Hmm.
So it could be that it only works 1 year. Let's say that's quite optimistic, I think. But let's say it works 1 year. Um, if you don't vaccinate everyone else in all these other countries within that 1 year, which right now looks like it's going to be impossible to do, then the
Dude, have you
corona is
seen
just going to
the
come right back.
have you seen the rate of which Italy's getting vaccinated?
No, I have not. Tell me about it.
It's like I was talking to Matteo about it. Matteo was like, our government is so like the Italian government is so happy. They're saying, oh yeah, we vaccinated so far 5 million people or whatnot,
Uh
which like
huh.
sounds like a lot. But if you take into consideration the population of Italy, which is something absurd, I
Right.
actually can't remember how much it was. It's like it's 5 million is very little and very poor. And if we continue vaccinating people at this rate, we're gonna have vaccinated everyone in Italy by like 2030 or something like that.
Dude, there's 60 million Italians. I just searched up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. We're lagging behind in Europe, and I imagine in Bolivia where like you don't even know how many years it's gonna take to get vaccinated in Bolivia. It could be 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only thing keeping me going here is that I know that there's a realistic shot that by Christmas at the end of this year, we could start opening up again. You
Hopefully,
know,
man.
because of the vaccine. But more than that, I don't really have hope. So I don't know what I would do if I was in Bolivia right now.
No, I have hope. I have hope.
Yeah, hope,
Everything's
hope,
gonna.
but like hope for the long-term future. Not for this next 10 years.
No, yeah, that's definitely gonna be shitty. Like, do you think that the whole of 2020s are gonna be shit? Like,
Yeah, it's
we start
fucked.
off with 2020, horrible year. 2021, it's still gonna be horrible, and up to 2030, we're just gonna have this 10-year period of like just being shit.
I totally believe that, man. I mean, we live in a boom and bust cycle, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I'd say we enjoyed quite a nice boom up until COVID. Now we get the bust. It's gonna be a hard. Let's say I would say 5 to 10 years.
Hmm. Unless
Starting 2020, by the way. So we already survived the first.
unless you invest in Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the future.
Oh, dude! Unless you invest in midnight kebab coin, you know what I'm saying?
True, coming tomorrow,
Kebabos
by the way.
coin,
We're
kebab
officially on the
coins,
market tomorrow, so don't miss it.
kebab industries, dude.
Kebab industries. Dude, that'd actually be so sick. Like, we just have a kebab video or like a kebab store. You
Oh,
and I,
dude.
like, all the homies just run it. That would be amazing.
Why, dude? Why don't we make this work, this podcast, and then we do a studio, and behind the studio we have our own kebaberia.
Or kebab joint.
See,
That'd actually be amazing. It would have to be in Amsterdam. No. Okay, where would you want it to be? Would you want it to be in Amsterdam or would you want it to be in Rome?
ooh. See, I was thinking about this, right? Because
Hmm.
if the podcast kicks off, like takes off, you can do it from anywhere, right? So then
Yeah,
we just have to decide a city to live in.
I,
Uh,
I, I'd want it to be Rome. I'd
yeah,
want it to be Rome.
Rome sounds really nice,
Yeah.
but Amsterdam is more relevant.
It is more relevant, but thinking about it, Rome would also be more accessible to like a lot of our friends.
Yeah, but you could have a coffee shop beside the kebaberia, you know,
That's
midnight
also
kebab
like
coffee shop.
that's also what I was thinking, right?
Just
For
legalize weed in Italy, dude. They have to be doing that, no?
surely, because it's so far it's decriminalized.
Yeah, it has to happen.
It's gonna hopefully.
See. Like imagine
I
the
don't know,
tourism you could bring from that.
because I mean, Italy is moving towards the right a little bit right now. Like there's more and more.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a general swing toward the right in Europe, I'd say,
Yeah.
but weed has been on a swing to be legalized for decades now.
Mhm. But also
Uh,
to be fair, Europe right is like America's middle.
no, it's like dude. It's like America's Bernie Sanders, dude, socialist.
That's
Like,
alright. So you can imagine the left here, bro.
yeah, no, seriously, like Joe Biden would be a right wing candidate here, you know. So yeah,
Yeah, shit.
well, yeah, those are the horrible things happening in Bolivia, right?
What are some of the
Um,
good things happening, bro?
uh, I don't know about good things, but I thought that this would be a good time to look at Danish news because just to throw the contrast a little bit, you know.
So basically, there's nothing good about Denmark,
Yeah.
but
Also, because you decided to diss Denmark last time and try to pretend like you liked Denmark all of a sudden for the viewers,
okay,
or the time before that with Kelvin, it was.
true. Wasn't it like the first episode where like I tried to clear up that I don't actually hate Denmark, or was it the episode with Mattis or Kelvin?
That was with Kelvin, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Um,
But now that I don't have to pretend anymore, what's wrong with everything's wrong with Denmark, bro? Like
no, Denmark's doing quite good, dude. So while
Sweden, you got countries like
uh,
Sweden, they're so much better,
fuck Sweden, dude. You
so
can't
much
come on this
nicer.
podcast and start talking about Sweden in a positive light, dude.
It's like I see Denmark, I'm like, what, bro? What?
No, but actually, dude, after that podcast, we talked about Denmark. I don't know if my
Mhm.
phone is picking me up or whatever. But I started getting a lot of news like recommendations about Denmark, which was kind of
Mm.
nice. Like all in this last week, I would say.
Luckily,
Um,
I haven't. Thank God. Such a shitty place.
well, okay. After this news, you might get like a little bit excited. You know, you might have to invest in Denmark.
Right?
So
Okay,
the
what's
first
happening?
thing that came to my attention was a Vice documentary on this Danish woman, and she identifies as a Barbie doll, a Barbie
Sounds
girl.
normal. Sounds pretty
Yeah,
normal.
and her whole philosophy um, is that a Barbie doll represents everything that she finds attractive and interesting about a woman, which sounds very counter feminist, counter Danish. So that's why it was kind of like a shock video that gained popularity, I think. You know?
This story very much sounds like something that could happen in the UK, but I was
Right.
not expecting it to be like Danish news.
Exactly. I think that's why it blew up in Denmark too.
Ah,
Because it's like Denmark is kind of notorious for this. I think it's called the Red Sock movement of like feminism in the 80s and 90s
right.
and 70s, I think. So you're like, you know, that woman is more than her looks. It's about the work that you do and all of that. And then this girl
Yeah.
says, actually, no, the whole identity and the positivity that I find from feminism is that you're a sex toy, is what she called herself, basically.
She's calling herself a sex toy.
Yeah, I think so, man. And she compares herself to like a Barbie doll and all of that. And so to earn money, she does like, yeah, she does pornography, of course. But
Shoot, bro.
she,
Do you have the name?
no, I don't.
Any chance? Research purposes, by the
No,
way.
just search up Vice Danish Barbie girl, okay?
All right. Okay. Okay. I'm just writing this down for future.
But she did say a good point, which like felt made me feel a little bit better about her. She said that a lot of people think that just because I'm a blondie and a Barbie, that's why I do porn. But that's not true. I've always just wanted to do porn since I was little. She said. So I don't know who introduced her to that young age. But anyways, she said that just because you're blondie and look like me doesn't mean that you have to do porn.
To
So I
be
was like,
fair,
okay.
I would not mind doing porn.
Dude, they had a shot of the guy who was gonna be part of the video. Like they were there right before it happened. Like Vice News, and yeah, the guy actually reminded me of my friend Matthias, who lives in Denmark, dude. Oh, you met him, eh? He was the big guy.
Matthias at the yeah, dude, I love that guy.
Yeah, he was sweet, and it was the same guy, but he had like a tattoo of a spider web on his head or something.
Right.
Uh, and
Spider.
he,
So he was bald.
yeah, with a
Right.
spider web. It's like as a cap. And I just saw, I was like, oh, dude, I hope this is like what Matthias would look like if everything went wrong in his life, you know?
No, but like that's sick because I'm naturally going bald. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna get head tattoos.
You're gonna get a head tattoo with a spider.
Maybe not a spider, but I'm definitely gonna get. I don't know if about definitely, but
You
I'm
should
going bald, so I might as well, you know.
you should tattoo a beanie.
A Yankee, no brim.
Yankee no brim, dude. Ay, ay, ay.
just
Dude,
just a tattoo of a cap with no brim.
but that guy actually reminded me of my friend a little bit. I hope he's
Dude,
doing
but
well, man.
dude, but can you imagine? I tattoo myself a Yankee, no brim, and then I just buy the brim, no Yankee.
Like those old people who play tennis, you know? They have
Yeah,
the cap, but with only the yeah.
yeah. I have the cap tattooed on my head, and then just the front.
Oh, that would be sick, man.
That would be sick. I wonder if someone's. No, surely no one's done it.
So, someone
Surely
must have done it.
someone must have. All right,
Yeah, probably. Dude. Oh, that's a thumbnail, dude. You
that
gotta
has to
find
be a
that.
thumbnail.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I got pretty close to getting a tattoo in Netherlands.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What would you have gotten, man?
that's the thing. I almost did, but I didn't because I didn't know what to get.
Nice. Well, if you do, you gotta show it off in the podcast. Then.
Yeah, of course, of course. But
I
also,
do.
my mom would kill me. So
Yeah,
like that's also
rightfully
another
so,
reason.
dude. I feel like tattoos aren't it, man.
Hmm.
It's not my thing. Uh, but let me tell you something else about Denmark, dude. We've been building a big as fuck island.
Right. You told me about this, and like I'm so confused.
Oh, when did I tell you this?
Today.
Ah, right, right, right. Um, so it's gonna be west of Jutland, or if you pronounce it correctly, Jylland.
Juland.
Yeah, that's like the
Yeah,
mainland Denmark.
yeah, but
That's connected to
that
Germany.
just sounds so wrong. That's why like nothing good ever happens in Denmark.
To Jutland.
It's,
Okay, just say Jutland, right? If
it's
we're gonna
such
be
a wrong name. Like who even comes up with a name like that?
the Danish people, dude. Um, but we've got a big island that we're trying to build out there. It's the most expensive like piece of infrastructure we've ever done. It is 84 billion United States dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Billion.
Billion, and I do not know how much where we're getting this money from. Because think about it, we have 7 million people, right?
Yeah.
I should have done the math beforehand, but let me. uh, okay, so if you take, was it 34 billion and divide it by 7 million, right?
Million. Yeah.
That means that for every person we have, we're spending 4,857 US dollars on this fucking project.
Oy vey, man.
I don't understand where it's coming from, but apparently it's gonna work, and they're gonna finance it like half publicly, half they're gonna sell it off
What
to
actually
a
is this
private
island?
company. So it's an island that's gonna be surrounded by windmills. So it's like one of the biggest windmill production projects ever made. I think if not the biggest. And so you're like, okay, cool. You're gonna build an island so you can have windmills, right, out in the ocean. But no. It gets way more interesting than this, dude. So all the windmills are gonna produce electricity,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And instead of sending that electricity to people's homes so they can use it and stuff like that, we're gonna send all that electricity to the island. And on the
Okay.
island, there's gonna be a huge hydrogen plant. It's called,
Right.
which creates hydrogen out of water and energy. So you get water, you separate the molecules so that you have hydrogen on one side and oxygen on the other side. You know, H2O.
Yeah.
Um, and then you basically create hydrogen by doing that, because then you release oxygen into the atmosphere. And to do that, you need the water. That's why it's in the ocean, and you need electricity, and that's why we have all the windmills around it.
Hmm.
And that hydrogen apparently then you can convert to electricity again, so you can
Yeah.
use that to power the city, or like let's say neighborhoods and stuff. But you can also use this hydrogen to create ship and plane fuel, which would then be done in a green way, right? That would be without
Right.
fossil fuel burning and all of that.
That sounds interesting. So you can just use hydrogen as fuel.
Yeah, or you can create fuel out of it. And the big problem is that they've been labeling that as a green way to create
Yeah.
fuel.
Is
But
it?
all the hydrogen plants that we have so far, I think, are run off of dirty energy, right? So it's like, yeah, the hydrogen is clean and it's clean to burn. Um, but the way the hydrogen plant works is that you get water and with electricity, and that electricity until now has never been green electricity, right? So you're burning fossil fuel
Right,
so you can
but
create the hydrogen.
that's where like all these windmills come into play. Is they're
Exactly.
making the electricity.
Exactly. So it's
That's actually pretty smart.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I think it's the first of its kind.
mhm.
And yeah, so now that's why we're doing the two-step process. Because at first I was just thinking, well, that sounds stupid. Why don't we just build more windmills, right? If that's the whole thing.
No,
Uh-huh.
that actually sounds smart. If like you can make hydrogen into fuel.
Right. And that would solve a big problem with shipping. I mean, shipping is one of the biggest CO2 emitters, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, shipping and flying around. I think that'd be quite good.
that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Finally, something good from Denmark.
Hey, man, dude, we've been picking up our slack, man. Because for a long time we were number one in like green energy because of
Mm.
windmills. And then we dropped quite a bit in like the last 10, 20 years, I think. But now
Yeah.
we're on our comeback, dude. We're gonna revolutionize.
Hopefully, this like in the long run, it benefits the world.
Yeah, that's what they were saying in the video. The minister of whatever was out there talking about it, and he said, yeah, the only way we can influence the world because we're such a small country is by creating solutions, testing them out on our own country, and then if it works for us, other people are gonna be intrigued to do it, right?
Then, bro, I gotta applaud Denmark.
See, yeah,
But
but
just
I don't
this
know. I
once,
don't
though.
know what you hate us, dude.
Never again, but like just this once, because like this, it's the first smart thing from Denmark.
Okay, okay. First smart
Right,
thing. Well, I'm gonna hit you with another one, dude. And this is last news
right,
from Denmark, by the way, because I'm sure not that many people are interested in Denmark. We're gonna build a bridge, dude, between Denmark and Germany.
Yeah. Okay. So that sounds okay.
The bridge gonna cost $8.2 billion. Now,
Right.
now let me tell you why this is a big deal. Now you're gonna have a bridge to go straight from because part of Denmark is connected to Germany, right? Already,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not Copenhagen. Copenhagen is its own island called Zealand.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna have a bridge straight from Germany to Copenhagen, and we already have one of the best bridges in the world between Copenhagen and Sweden, right?
Right.
So we're basically creating a highway that really connects Sweden or Scandinavia and the rest of Europe together.
So, but here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
All this money, this 8.2 billion on this bridge, is it like all from Denmark?
I don't remember, man. I think the Germans are paying for some of it, but I'm not sure.
Because if it's also paid from the Germans, it sounds like a huge waste of money. Because who would want to go to Denmark in the first place?
Dude, you heard Max. He said that for a long time Germans didn't want to be German, and they're always in our country. In the summer, you go to the coast. I've done this,
Mm-hmm.
right? To the Danish coast.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the beach. All you see are Germans speaking German.
Right.
Then you go to get an ice cream. The motherfuckers working at the ice cream shop don't even speak Danish. They only speak German. I walk into the ice cream shop as a Danish person in my country, and then I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? Can I get an icy?"
Can I
An
get an
ice cream,
icy?
an icy cream, you know.
Can I get an icy?
and
Yeah,
and the
man,
lady
here you
is
go. You
like,
can have an icy.
"Guten Tag, das ist nicht gut," you know, all that thing.
All that German stuff.
And I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? I thought we were still in Denmark." I literally asked my parents. I was like, "Did we go to Germany?" They said, "Nah.
We're in
It's just these
Denmark.
are the summer businesses that are run by Germans, you know."
Ah. But you see, what makes sense to me is that if the Danish people were funding this bridge all by themselves, because I'd understand the Danish people trying to leave Denmark because it's such a bad place.
Oh yeah, dude. Sure. Dude. But
To,
okay.
to, to be fair, if you love Denmark so much, why are you in Netherlands?
Oh, that's a good question.
You see,
Um.
because you hate Denmark. You just hate Denmark also.
Yeah, I don't hate Denmark, but I wasn't ready to go to Denmark. Now I am, dude. After uni, I'm
Ah,
gonna go back to Denmark. I'm pretty sure.
right. That's like 2 more years, right? After this.
Yeah, but I might stick around a bit more. You know, depends how the podcast is doing and all of that.
Mm, right.
But that's a long time
Because
in the future. If I have something to do here, I might stick around a few more years.
if you told me now that you want to do a podcast and I'm supposed to be affiliated with Denmark, I'm just gonna have to cut it off here, man. I can't do it.
All right, we're going to Rome, dude. We're going to Rome. Don't worry.
So
Yeah. Nah, man. But I wanted to read you the top comments on this video that talks about
yeah.
this bridge to Germany, no?
Mhm.
Because I thought it was quite funny. And by the way, if you're on YouTube and you're not reading the comments, I don't know what you're doing, man. That's the best place.
You dude, YouTube comments are fine, but Pornhub comments are even better.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
That's
just
just people
they're
doing
just
homework.
elite. It's
They're
just
doing
elite.
homework. Dude. So top comment here is traffic is expected to be 20% German,
Right.
25% Danish, and 85% Swedes going to Germany to buy obscene amounts of beer. Which I think summarizes our little relationship that we have with Germany and Sweden quite well.
Yeah.
We're basically building an alcoholic bridge, right? So that all the Swedish can get cheap beer in Germany, you know?
That sounds like ironic because when you're on the bridge, you're supposed to be driving and you can't drink and drive, but you're driving to get alcohol.
Yeah, but I mean, the Swedish do this all the time. They cross the bridge to get alcohol.
They drink and drive?
No, never. Only snooze. No, but they cross the bridge to buy alcohol in Denmark and then go back because Sweden has really strict laws about alcohol and it's a lot more expensive there. And some of them just come over with the train, get shit faced, and then take the train back home.
Mm.
Because you can drink on the streets in Denmark, for example, and
But
stuff
on
like
this
that.
bridge, there's not going to be a train. It's just going to be for cars.
Oh, there's also gonna be a train, actually.
Wait, that sounds pretty. That
It's
sounds pretty
dude,
dope, actually.
yeah. That's the bridge is an engineering masterpiece apparently. So it has two levels. The first level is for car, and underneath that you're gonna have a second level for trains. So it's a
That
two-story.
sounds. That sounds very hype.
Yeah, it is. I've been telling you, dude. We are good at making bridges. We're like one of the bridge people.
Right, right, right.
Bridges and ships. It's kind of what we're into.
No, but all jokes aside, like the bridge actually sounds like a dope idea. It's you have a train at the bottom and then you have cars on the top.
Yeah, and I'm hyped because then it's gonna be a lot faster for me to go from here or anywhere in Europe straight to Copenhagen.
Right.
Because before you'd have to go through all of Denmark to get to Copenhagen.
Mm.
Yeah, you cross through the German border, and then you go all the way to Zealand.
That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Not that I'd ever use it, but sounds very good, bro.
Oh, dude, you're gonna come to Denmark. You're gonna love it, dude. It's like Netherlands, but a little better.
Hey.
I'm gonna give you some more comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one here says IKEA land will be 30% closer to mainland Europe. I don't know if
Right,
that's a
true.
good thing,
Okay.
though.
Actually, to be fair, I might be using the bridge to go to Sweden, but never to Denmark.
Fuck you, dude. You're gonna come to Denmark once, and you're gonna stay your whole life there. Man. I promise you.
All right, fine. But in the future, you gotta take me. You gotta promise that you're gonna take all the homies to Denmark.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta give us a tour.
Once you get a car, yeah.
Sure. But then that would mean that we'd have to visit every homie's home country. So you'd have to come to Bangladesh one time.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Dude, I would bring you to Bolivia, but I'm pretty sure you would die, dude. If I put
Oh,
you in
would
a
I?
mountain,
Right.
I think you would fall apart, no?
Wait, why? Is it because I have to do a lot of walking or?
No, well, it's like when you get off the airplane there at like
Mhm.
4,000 meters altitude, they have like paramedics and oxygen machines ready because tourists fucking just fall over.
Oh, because of the air pressure.
Yeah, it's too high up, man. And if you haven't built up your red blood
Lungs.
cells, yeah.
Dude, it's fine. I used to smoke.
Oh
My lungs
yeah,
are
yeah.
perfectly fine, bro.
It's perfectly fine. Dude.
I've trained my lungs exactly for this moment, you know. I take deep puffs and then I exhale. It's like, you know, when you go to the gym and like you're using the dumbbells and like you're pumping your arms.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did with smoking.
All
Pumped up my
right, you're
lungs.
training. You're training. Right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna give you a last comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is from a German homie. He said, "My first thought when I saw the title was, does Germany know?"
That sounds about right.
Yeah, there was quite a few comments like that actually, which I thought was funny because the Germans, even Germans that lived in that area, they had no idea that was happening. And for Denmark, that's like big news, you know?
To be fair, yeah, that sounds about right. No one gives a shit about Denmark.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we're gonna get the island, and all of you are gonna come asking for the project details. You know, you're gonna be like, "Can I copy your homework?"
Italy could never. Italy has its own projects, bro. We have our own problems right now.
The Italians.
We got fucking pigs running around in the city of Rome.
Really?
Boars, yeah. Wild boars.
You got really? That's interesting.
Cinghiali. Apparently it's been
Cinghiali.
happening for like quite a while. We just got wild boars running around.
Fuck,
And
are
there
the
was like this whole
Muslims
thing.
freaking out, the Banglas? Are they running away from the
No,
boars?
but the funny thing is, there are people that are freaking out in the sense that you've got the animal activists or like the
No,
vegans and people like that,
no,
right?
no.
Fighting or like protesting against the people that are like taking these boars and just killing them.
They're boars and they're in the city, right?
Yeah, they're wild boars and they're in the city, which is a problem.
Yeah, so
And a
shoot them and
solution to
eat them.
that, right?
Right.
But we've got animal activists that are like taking them in. They're like, "Oh, don't stop killing these poor animals," and stuff like that.
Wait, they're
It's been a whole
taking them
thing.
in? How can you take in a wild boar? They'll kill you, dude.
I have no clue, bro.
Would you take in a wild boar at your house?
No, but here's what I would do. I try and ride one.
Do that for a video, man.
No, I was talking about this with Patrick. That if I ever saw a wild boar, not the mama, but like if I saw a wild boar that's like the baby, I
Yeah.
like try to go up to it and ride it.
No, dude. That's gonna end horribly, man.
Yeah, for the boar, not me. 100%
Right.
trust.
Right. Hey, man, that's all the news I had, man.
Jeez.
Do you want to do the music of the week?
Sure. I cannot. Oh, new segment. I forgot. I need to make the noise, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome to Music of the Week. Why are you laughing, bro?
That sounded like some. That sounded like some Indian talk show, you know.
Dude. Music of the Week. What did you bring this week?
I brought up a song called "La La La."
Ah.
Um,
La 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 la. That one?
no, not that one. By the way, dude, we just lost all our money, dude. Because
Fuck.
we sang 2 songs now. They're gonna claim the whole video, man.
We're gonna have. We had 0. No, we had like at least 1 cent. Now we have 0.
Now we have 0. Yeah.
All that 1 cent goes to whoever made that song.
Yeah. Well, this song "La La La," it's by I don't know how to say his name. The Doppelgangs, Doppelgangas, it's called.
Right, and you discovered the song all by yourself, bro. All on your ones.
Yeah. So basically, the way I discovered the song is that my dad used to download a lot of music from like
Oh yeah, true,
from
right,
like
right.
radio towers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and online, like in the most weird places. He's always downloading music.
Oh yeah.
And he downloaded the song. He showed it to me, and I've been vibing to it since I was like 12.
Sounds weirdly like something Ali said to me once.
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah, weirdly.
Oh well, I'll tell you, dude.
'Cause-
Ale lacks a lot of street cred, and he's always trying to steal it. So he's always out here trying to steal my ideas. So that might be
Right.
why.
Because also, if I remember correctly, I don't know. I might just be like shitting or like bullshitting right here, but if I remember correctly, I went to Ali's place once, and he played me that song, or was it you?
But that was definitely me.
Oh right, okay, sorry, my
I-
bad.
Yeah, I think Ale likes the song too because anything that I listen to, he listens to. But
True. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
that song was definitely made by me, dude.
Oh yeah, of course, you made it.
Yeah, for example, Ale was always Italian, right? That's all he ever talks about.
True.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh yeah, when I was little, I used to live in the U.S. And he comes at me like, oh, actually, I was born in Florida.
So what you're trying to say is that Ali is actually a bit of a trying to ride the the flow of things, or
The waves. He's trying to steal the waves, you know.
true.
He
Which, by the
sees-
way,
I create a wave. He tries to steal it, you know.
which by the way, you and I have amazing waves. Just saying.
Yeah, nice waves, dude.
I know the viewers can't see us, but right now, like I can see you and you can see me, and like under our do-rags, we just got waves, bro.
Mad waves, dude.
Mad waves.
Hey, yo, wave check real quick.
Hey, yo, wave check. Season 1, hopefully, when like we have videos, people can finally see our waves. Actually,
Oh,
maybe we
dude.
shouldn't. 'Cause then people-
Are you actually gonna get
'Cause-
waves, dude?
Now, what I've been thinking about getting a do-rag.
Oh shit.
Because like, if Yayo has one, why can't I?
True, dude. Dude, I have an amazing idea for the. I want to do a photo shoot for the Midnight Kebab.
In do-rags.
Here's the thing. I have there's a common room here in this building
Mm-hmm.
that has 2 airplane seats.
Oh, dude, yeah.
want-
I remember those.
Yeah, I want to do it like there, and you can have like a backdrop, so it looks like we're in an airplane or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna be,
Piloting.
yeah, you can be smoking
this is the
a J
pilot.
on it.
Because this is the pilot season. We'll be
Wow.
piloting.
Yeah, we gotta check that out when you come here, man.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, I mean, I remember seeing that room. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you could make something creative out of it, you know, with the two
Mm-hmm.
airplane seats. I was thinking of wearing like the life jacket as
Mm.
if the plane is going down, you know, and we're just chilling there with a kebab or something.
Kebab, a little bit of a no, what you call those things? Joint.
Yeah, yeah. No, a little bit, a huge one, like the Party XL ones that they sell. Um, I man, but what's your song of the week, man? What's your music?
I sent you fourth. Was it fourth dimension? Was it called fourth dimension?
I do not remember. Something Dimension.
Fourth dimension, I think it was, by Kid Cudi, Kid Miss Cudi.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was on his album Kids See Ghosts.
Right.
Great album, by the way. Holy shit.
It was a nice song, man.
Yeah, I like it.
It
You
was.
should listen to the whole album actually, not just the song, because the whole album Kids See Ghosts is it's like was one of the albums that a lot of people fell in love with.
I haven't listened to much of his music, man. I might
Kid
have to have a
Cudi.
listen to it. Yeah.
But you've heard like one of his famous ones, right? Day and Night.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Day and Night. Woo, woo. Copyrighted again. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. We've lost all our money. We might as well start singing songs on this show, man. I'll
um,
rate the song though. I'd say 7 out of 10. Quite
right.
good.
Yeah, I like it
It's
too.
kind of like a dreamy vibe, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
Dude,
Creative.
when the guy starts off by saying, "Bought an alligator, I ain't talking Lacoste," she got me saying, "Ooh, dude,
Fire
bars,
bars.
bars."
What you rate my song, dude? That I
um,
invented.
that you invented, I'd have to give it an eight. I'd have to give it an eight.
8.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's like a bit chill, I think.
Is it okay? No, I might have to give it a seven because the la la la
Ah,
ruins it.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, dude, I like that part.
I don't know.
Whatever, man.
7 out of 10.
Hey, bro. We've been going for quite a bit, you know.
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you, how the fuck did you get to this country?
Well, you see, my father decided to elope with my mother, and then I
Oh,
decided
they
to
they
be
did what?
born. Huh?
They did what? That
Elope.
sounds a little bit haram, you know.
True, but hopefully they were married. Oh, they were married.
Yeah. Unlike
So
Max, by the way, fun fact, he's a
yeah,
bastard.
yeah, I like Max because
Yeah.
like you know what I say. If he liked her, she should have put a ring on it,
Right.
but they clearly didn't.
Right.
But no, story of how my dad actually got into Italy. It's kind of crazy. He decided one day that he wanted to come to Italy, and the route.
How do you decide such a thing, man?
I don't know. He apparently wanted to make money, and at that time,
Right.
he's like, where can I make money, bro? He's like, okay, I need to go somewhere in Europe. And for some reason, he's like, okay, let me look at the ways I can make it to Europe. And like one of the ways was you could come to Italy. And he's like, fine, I'll go to Italy. And what ended up happening is that he actually went into a shipping container with like a bunch of other people. And he traveled all the way through Russia, through the forests as well. And
What?
then, yeah,
Wait. Ship a container by what? By train?
I actually don't know. But I know that he came into Italy illegally and he did like this mad route. Like mad route. He went through
Wow, man.
Russia. He went through like the forests or whatnot. And then he
Yeah.
was in shipping containers for a bit. And then he finally made it to Italy.
Right.
He had like a few things there, apparently. And then he just like got a job and shit, I guess. No,
Wow.
at first he didn't get a job right away because he was one of those sellers on the streets at some point as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
think to
really?
like
The Il Bangla.
see in Bangla, like
Cioè,
literally.
Maro. Yeah.
Yeah, and then through that, I think he like made a few friends and connections, and then he finally got a job at a restaurant, which was his like first official job,
Mm.
and he was the chef at that time. And I remember actually going to that restaurant, and I remember him cooking and shit, because this was when I was like really tiny,
Hmm.
like I don't know, I was 1 or 2 maybe.
You can't remember that, man.
No, but I remember going to the restaurant. Like I remember him making. There was this. I can actually specifically remember one day, like when he was making piadine, for some reason.
Piedine kebab.
Piadine kebab, bro.
No.
Dude, it was meant to be. It was meant to be, bro.
Midnight kebab. You were born with on a kebab.
Yeah, I was born to. I was born to be on this Midnight Kebab podcast, bro.
See.
Pero, that's just like a scene I can remember for some reason. Like him working at the restaurant at that time.
Damn.
And then at the time, I also remember. But no, I was talking about my father. He got into Italy like that, and then he got this job at the restaurant. He made a lot of money, and then he was like, okay, I need to get married. So
Damn.
he came back to Bangladesh, married my mother, and then,
Wow.
because in Bangladesh also how marriage works is that it's arranged.
Right.
So one family sees the other family, they see the guy, they see the girl, they're like, okay, the girl likes the guy likes the girl. They make it official by like signing documents and shit, and then they have to give each other gifts or shit. I don't know. And like
Mm-hmm.
these gifts are like gold and shit, stuff like that. They have to give each other rings,
Right.
traditionally. And then they got married. And then my father came back to Italy alone.
Yeah.
And and then he decided, okay, it's time to bring my wife in as well. He got his papers by that time.
Yeah. How
And
did he get his papers? Refugee status or some shit?
actually, no, because he just applied for it normally. He's like, hey, I'm in Italy, I need my papers, and he just applied for it. I actually don't know how that works.
He must have had a lucky government, eh?
At that time, it was actually really easy to get papers.
Yeah, it was a good time to be him.
Because
I
he
think.
came into Italy when like there weren't that many immigrants coming into Italy.
Right, exactly.
And so there wasn't a lot of people asking necessarily to become a citizen, or like not a citizen, but like a person of that country.
Yeah, right. Resident.
A resident, yeah.
Yeah.
And he got it pretty easily, and then he brought in my mom, and my mom got it easily as well, like within a month or something.
Damn, dude. Good times.
They were good times. I was there.
Yeah,
But
for Bangladesh, yeah, but debatably
true.
not so good for Italians, I guess.
So like you could say that my dad is one of the OGs in Italy.
For real, man.
Yeah.
And so, how come you guys like? What did you do eventually to get money as a family?
My father started his own business at the time after like
Right.
because like he was working at the restaurant, and then he
Yeah.
got tired of working at the restaurant. He'd made enough money, and he got into business. And then like the business was popping off, let's say. But it was like sketchy as shit as well, because like my dad used to hang out with like a lot of sketchy ass people.
Oh man, don't bring them to my house, man. I don't want to be affiliated with you. That's a
Like,
bit too much street cred.
I shit you not, like there was once like at the office, my cousin was working, right? And my
Yeah.
dad wasn't there at the time. And a guy came in that we knew at the time. He worked with us. He wasn't like an affiliate or something. He came in, got whatever he did whatever deal they needed to do. And then another guy came in with that guy, but my cousin didn't know this second guy. So the second guy just pulled out a gun and shot him in the stomach.
You shot your cousin straight up.
Yeah, he just straight up shot. Like I remember that day. I think I was in second grade, third grade, or something like that. I came back home. Like my mom picked me up because at that time we had bus drivers or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I say bus drivers, but it was just like people driving cars, and they just bring us to our houses. I came home, and my mom got a call from my father saying like, "Yo, you need to come to the office right now." And what happened then is that my mom went in a hurry, and I was left alone at home. What happened next is that my mom told me very late what actually happened. It's like the whole place was bloody as hell. Luckily, my cousin lived.
Oh, thank God, dude. I was gonna say.
Yeah, because it narrowly missed his liver or something. Or his
Holy
stomach.
shit! Dude. And what did your cousin do to get shot, man? He was just there.
Nothing. He was just there. And
That could have been you, man.
That could have been me. No, actually, it couldn't have. I was at school.
Right.
And at that time, I think we had a casa porta, or like a safe.
Right. Yeah.
With like a bunch of money, and like they just stole the money. And so it was a bit of a jackpot for the guy that came and shot my cousin.
Oh, I would have shot your cousin too, dude. if there's money like that waiting for me.
Yeah. And then he lived, and he's doing all right now. He's married, kid on the way.
Hey, shout out to your cousin, man.
Shout out to my cousin, man.
What's his name, dude?
Kafi.
Sorry?
Kafi.
Kafi.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee, dude.
Coffee, man.
Do you want coffee or tea, dude?
Coffee. And do you know his brother's name? Rafi.
Rafi? No.
You got Kafi and you got Rafi, bro.
Dude, I'm expecting another little sister, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first one's Stella. The second one's gonna be Luna. That's also quite funny.
Stella Luna.
It's good
Dude,
names though.
holy shit.
Stella and
Ghetto as
Luna.
shit. Ghetto as shit, bro.
Yeah, man. So you just grew up from that, eh?
Yeah, I mean, at that time it was pretty normal.
And now you eat
Boy,
kebabs and go to school. And,
see,
yeah.
I shit you not when I say that there was like there were gangs out for us at one point.
Ooh.
I shit you not. It's like in Italy. I remember. I was small. I think this might have been third grade, right? I came
Mm.
back home and my father's like telling my mom, "Yo, you guys probably shouldn't go out anywhere like alone. You guys."
Yeah.
And my mom was confused at the time. She was like, "Yo, why?" He didn't give an explanation at that time. But apparently,
Wow.
what happened is that he pissed off like some people, and those
Irresponsible
people,
dad. You gotta say what's going on.
yeah, and he's just don't do it. And because apparently at that time he did something to piss off someone, and that someone paid a bunch of guys to like I don't know, get my
Right.
dad. I guess.
Extortion,
Yeah.
which can come in many ways, I guess.
You know, my dad actually technically did that too once to a guy.
Yo, you should probably stop talking on this podcast before you incriminate somebody, you know?
No. This isn't technically incriminating because it happened in Bangladesh. So whatever
Oh,
happens in
oh,
Bangladesh stays in
right. So,
Bangladesh.
right. So since it's in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bangladesh, yeah. All right, all right.
So now what happened is that my dad used to do business with this one guy.
Wait, is your dad the fucking guy from the documentary that we watched
No,
on the other
no, dude.
episode? Dude.
But it's crazy because like stuff like this like happens a lot.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it happens a lot. What happened is that we used to have like a guy that did business with my father, and this guy got like borrowed a lot of money, and then he just went off to Bangladesh and just never gave it. So my
Right.
dad's like, "Yo, Wagwan, where's my money, bro?" He just like stopped talking to my dad, like lost all connections and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So my dad's like, "What else can I do?" Like, cause I gave
Mm.
him a lot of money. So he just hired a bunch of people to detain this guy in Bangladesh in his hometown.
Wow.
And so this guy just went up to his house and like just detained them. And I don't know what they did, but
They're probably not something nice.
no, but also clearly not a good job because they let him go and we never got the money.
No, dude. You hired guy. Did you leave a negative review on the gangster Yelp?
Gangster Yelp, it's like this gang did not do their job really well, got away, did not get our money, would not recommend. 1 star out of 5.
The gang found the homie, good tracking service,
Mhm.
but they did not get the money.
Mhm.
Bad. Extortion's
Terrible.
bad. Terrible, dude.
Now it's actually crazy how easy it is to hire people in Bangladesh.
You could probably hire people in Rome. Like if you could walk down Trullo and find like a few people that would do stuff. I think.
Could you hire Italians? I don't think
I
Italians would
think
do
I
it.
think Italians would take your money and then just not show up, not show up to work. You know.
They're like, no, zio, hombre, too dangerous. I couldn't do it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Go to spend at a kebab instead.
Mm-hmm. Now that's some of the crazy stories.
Yo, dude, if we ever get a studio, it's gonna be called the Kebab House.
The kebab house has to. If
Has
we ever
to.
get a kebab place, what are we calling it?
The Kebab House.
The kebab house,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
I'd actually,
If it's outside of Rome, kebaberia.
mm,
You know.
I'd actually love to have a kebab place, like just run it with the homies.
Yo, dude, I mean, if this is how new media works, dude.
Mhm.
You put a lot of effort into getting people's attention, like we are right now,
Mhm.
and then you sell them something once you have their attention. Could be kebabs.
Kebabs. I mean, who else is selling kebabs?
I don't know, dude.
Do you think we do shipping? We ship kebabs.
Ship kebabs?
Ship kebabs.
Where are you gonna ship to? Everybody already has kebabs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like the midnight kebab,
The midnight kebab, like the actual kebab,
the actual midnight kebab.
the handmade by the hosts.
Not a lot of people can say that they have had the midnight kebab.
No, I would consider opening it up like a tourist location. You know, like, oh yeah, we're going to Amsterdam or we're going to Rome. Let's stop by those podcast guys' kebab. You know,
Yeah, that would be a good idea actually. Like,
see,
because you've got Sfere Basta opened up the healthy color.
yeah, we're gonna open up the healthy kebab.
Dude, that's actually a great name. The healthy kebab.
See,
Vabbè,
questo kebab buon per la salute.
troppo buono.
See,
Vabbè. Do you have any
Va
shout
bene.
outs for this week?
Shout outs. Shout out my mom. She stopped listening after the second episode.
Chista.
Even so I was complaining about losing viewers. We even lost my mom. Shout out my brother.
Not like that though. Not like that. We didn't lose your mom like that.
No,
We
no.
just lost her.
Yeah. She just stopped watching. Hope she might watch this one. In that case, shout out to you. Um, Shout out to my brother. I think he also stopped watching.
No, but I saw a comment on Kelvin's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But he didn't watch Max's one. I don't think.
No, I think he did. He left a comment saying cancel, because I
No,
think
no,
you were talking about
that's
canceling Max.
Yeah, that's Kelvin's.
All right. Okay.
And I also talked about how I would convince people that my brother got kicked out because I told my dad that he was gay. But it's still a brilliant story, man. I started thinking about that again after the podcast. Yeah,
fair
kept
enough.
me smiling for a bit. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I have any shoutouts, man. Do you have any shoutouts?
I would like to shout out anime, bro. Anime is way too good. You guys should definitely get on it.
I would like to do an anti shout out to the Americans for bombing Japan with those 2 horrible bombs. I think that led directly to the creation of anime, and had the Americans not bombed Japan, I wouldn't have this fucking kid over here every Friday telling me to watch anime.
I would actually like to shout out Kim Jong Un.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a risky one, dude. What's he been doing?
Because without him, we would not have North Korea. Oh.
Is that it, dude?
Yeah, that's it, man.
You were just really happy for North Korea?
Yeah, man. Shout out North Korea.
Yo, if you're listening to this from North Korea, shout out to you, dude. I hope you got enough food. I hope you're safe. And keep watching, dude.
If you're listening to this from North Korea, how?
Exactly, dude. Dedicated fans. These guys have dedication, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, one person that we did not shout out, Marco.
True, Marco.
True, Marco.
But he's not supposed to be watching this either because he's in China land.
No, but he's got a VPN.
Right, but he's a bad boy then.
He is a bad boy.
If the Chinese government is watching this, you got a homie Marco. He's gone through your firewall.
Yeah, you should probably go arrest him. I think he said he lived in downtown Tokyo.
Downtown Chicago. Imagine if Marco this whole time said he was in China. In reality, he just moved to Chinatown. Dude, you just go to Chinatown and you fucking see Marco walking around.
He just guys, I'm going to China.
Oh my god.
Packs his bags.
Pack your bags, we're going to China. You walk 2 blocks down, then you're in Chinatown. Dude, what's Chinatown in Rome again? I forgot.
Probably like Vittorio Emanuele.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah, but it's also not only Chinatown, but it's also Bangladesh.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't really have their own territory. It's kind of mixed race. Damn.
Do you ever just watch Pornhub, but not because you're horny, but you just watch it because you want to?
Nah, I've actually never done that.
Right? Oh, I've actually done it for
yeah, but that's because you're lonely, dude.
No, it's because sometimes you're just looking for content to watch, right? And everything on, like, let's say YouTube, it's boring. Like, you can't
No, dude. No. No, I'm cutting you off, dude.
Everything feels a bit boring, so you just kind of go on Pornhub. You just put it on, like, just to see, because when you're not horny, you can like think logically.
No, it's dude, you're too deep. You're in too deep, man.
No, you should actually do this because
no, I should not.
And you just watch porn, right? You can just see how horrible the acting is and like how silly everything is.
Right. Okay.
Everything's just funny.
You're studying it. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I just replaced it. You know, when I do homework, you know, some people listen to music. they listen to like chill music or 24 hours of relaxing
don't
music
don't
to
tell
study.
me
To
you're on there for homework. Dude.
I just have the sounds of people moaning while I
You
do my
just,
homework.
dude, go listen to podcasts, man. Way better for you. Interesting information. It's not haram.
True.
Dude, do you have drugs? Do you have enough drugs? Like, what do you need?
Wait, what do you
What-
mean?
What's going on, dude? Why is your life degrading like this? Do you
No,
need me to
dude.
send you something, dude?
Dude,
Did you
it's
lose
completely.
Karim?
No, dude, it's completely normal. It's completely normal.
We tried religion.
Uh huh.
Maybe you should stop being religious and go back into drugs. You know, maybe
True.
that's what you need in your life. I don't
No,
know,
but I'm
man.
telling you, you should definitely do it like at least once.
Nah, I'm good.
Were you on the trip in Albania with us in 11th
Albania,
grade?
yeah, of course. But I was not in that room
Where
with you
were?
sick cuts.
Oh, true.
I had my own room with Max, I believe.
Wait, no, you were in the same room with like me and Kelvin, but you just at night
Oh,
decided to go
right,
sleep
right,
with.
right. At night, because we had a life, we went to the galleys room,
True.
and I hung out with my girlfriend, and Max hung out with
Right.
his girlfriend.
So it was just a bunch of
Uh,
guys in one room. Like
and
you
yeah,
guys had your
everyone else
girlfriends.
was a bunch of guys in that fucking sick room.
So what happened is that we all got into that one room. We put on hentai, and like all the boys were just watching hentai.
No, no,
And the aim of the
that was
game.
disturbing. You see, because
No,
I
it
grew up in a
wasn't.
little town called Trujillo, so I didn't have access to that type of
No,
stuff
dude, because
growing up.
what happened is that we were playing a game. Actually, it's like whoever laughs first or whoever gets a boner first automatically loses the game.
What? Dude, you're the boner police, dude. Who was the boner police? Who was patrolling?
Everyone was looking at
Everyone was like, ah, look at this knob. Look at this knob sticking out.
and then whoever got a boner or like whoever laughed got slapped on the back of the neck was the game.
Oh, wow, man.
Ah, dude, you missed out on a lot.
No, I didn't,
You-
dude. I didn't at all. We were playing Uno. Me, Max, and these, there was 3 girls there.
Okay, that actually sounds boring. Like,
We,
would you
we were
rather
playing,
be playing Uno?
no. See, we were being normal teenagers. We were playing Uno and talking about how we could get drugs in
Actually,
Albania,
no.
which
Our
which
game
never
sounds
happened, by the way.
our game sounds way more fun.
Your game sounds a little weird and scary, so I probably wouldn't want to do that.
We're on the Albania hostel Wi-Fi, just watching hentai.
Bro, that trip was crazy. Do you remember what did we do to Max? Dude,
Denzo.
we did the Max Mara whatever thing.
Max Mara Denzo.
Oh yeah, the Dinsel. Yeah, sorry, dude.
Denzo.
Yeah, I
We-
heard
we
you,
have
but
a-
I didn't recognize it right away. Yeah, Dinsel.
We still have a video, right?
Yeah, dude, it was like some type of satanic ritual. Dude. I can't believe it.
Holy shit. We were fucking stupid.
No. The Dinsel was genius.
Who came up with it?
Me, dude.
Uh,
No, I don't. It was one of those things that you just start to do, and everybody kind of connects in their head what's going on, and they just start doing.
Wait, actually, I remember Max and Amara at that time. No, not Amara. Michaela at the time.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, can I say the story? Because then we can't suggest this. We could.
We could.
fuck
No,
it.
all friendly. Nothing against
Yeah.
Michaela. No.
No, nothing against. It's just like it's an embarrassing story for me and Anto.
Right.
Because at that time, Max and Michaela got together, right? And
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
on the trip.
Yeah.
So Max and Michaela were sitting in front of us in the bus,
Yeah.
and Antonio and I were in the back. We're like, "Yo, dude, put on this romantic song. Dude, put on this romantic song." And we're just like, I don't know. We're being
Bullying.
cringe. No, not bullying. We're just being cringe.
No, but the Dinsel was fun, and yeah, for all the listeners, we got together and we surrounded Max, and we did like a ritual going around him. What were we doing? I don't remember what it was like in the name of the father.
In the name of the Father, and like we had the name of like
All his
Amara,
exes, yeah, all his exes,
yeah.
dude.
Ali.
Yeah. So it's like instead of the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, it was like first it was like Amara, you're the father. The Spirit was another girl,
Yeah,
and
who
stuff
knows?
like that. Yeah, and then he was cleansed, and he was ready for an actual relationship or something. It was kind of silly, yeah.
No, it was fun at the time. Stuff
was a good
the
time.
boys get up to, bro.
Yeah, dude. The squad, you know, the homies. Back then.
Kebab.
pre-COVID, you know.
See.
Let's see.
Any more shout outs?
No, not really, man. I think that's
Then I
it.
guess we can call it a cut, bro.
Hey, yeah, for sure, man. Thank you guys for listening, dude. It's always
If
nice
anyone's
to do the
if anyone's
podcast.
still listening,
If
shout out
anyone's
to
still,
you, bro.
yeah, shout out to Kelvin. He's probably still listening. He's our first loyal customer, you know.
I at first thought that he would actually not even listen to one, but surprisingly, he's been listening to all of them.
That's what I've been saying, dude. Kelvin is secretly a good person, but on the surface, he refuses to show it.
Love that.
So, yeah, man.
Catch y'all later, man. Catch y'all on the next podcast.
Yeah, next podcast with a guest, dude. Check it out. All right, bye, guys. Peace.
Witnesses will not find the peace among the clueless. Listening to Bo, we sing the word is not something you can change.